This video is part 2 of a tutorial series on how to get started in StarMade. If you've already made yourself some money and want to know basics of how to start building a well-rounded ship, then here is the place to look. Now that we've got some money to work with, we can get rid of our old ship layout. It's served us well, but we need something more easily accessible and expandable. When rebuilding a ship, remember to switch into build mode whilst piloting a ship to see which direction is the front of your ship. The arrow coming from the ship's core shows which way your ship will be travelling. I made the mistake of not checking, and I had to completely rebuild my ship for this tutorial. I'm choosing a long cuboid shape for my ship, as this makes it easier to protect with fewer hull blocks, and it gives a base to attach active blocks to which benefit from being adjacent to one another. To keep things easy to find, in case I need to take an inventory check of my ship, I'm going to keep similar blocks together. I'm placing my power generators on the left side and the engines on the right. Now that we've got the money, I'm going to pop into the shop menu and buy some more power generators and engines. The engines are especially important as I'm going to be attaching quite a lot of new blocks to my ship, and I still want it to be quick and nimble. It's also worth looking at power storage blocks. They don't produce power, but instead store it, increasing your maximum power capacity. There's only one in stock here, but it's good to have a balance of power generation and power storage on a ship, so that your ship has a lot of power to draw from if it needs that extra boost, whilst your power generators are quickly able to restore that lost power. It's good to know that with my simple ship design, it's easy enough to add more hull blocks to make more room for whatever blocks I currently need. My ship is getting quite long now, and it's quite dark inside. Light blocks can be found under the general drop-down menu in the shop menu, and provide light wherever they are placed. They are incredibly useful for when you want to be able to see whilst walking around your ship. Speaking of walking around your ship, it's time to buy a gravity unit. Gravity units can be placed on ships, asteroids, and other objects, and allow a player to enter the gravity of the object when the gravity unit is activated. They are a really fun feature and allow you to create massive corridors and hallways in your ship that you can properly explore on foot. The direction of gravity is indicated by the arrow on the block, so make sure that the arrow points to where you want the floor of your ship to be. I'm placing my gravity units close to the entrance of my ship, so that floating players can easily reach it when they want to board my ship. Looking at the entrance of my ship, it's looking a bit holy. It's useful to have a large gap so that players can easily get into my ship, but having a giant hole in my ship leaves its innards exposed to enemy fire. This is where the Plex door comes to the rescue. When placed, the Plex door block looks like a normal hull block, just with a different texture. But when you activate a Plex door block, it and all the connected Plex door blocks seem to disappear. They're still there, but now you can pass through them. The Plex door can be closed once you're inside the ship, so that it provides protection to the valuable blocks inside. With the gravity unit and Plex door installed, this is really starting to feel like a proper ship ready to travel the galaxy and make us millions. Yet, although we've got protection for the essential parts of our ship from hull blocks, what's to protect our hull blocks? That's where the shields disperser blocks come into use. Shields disperser blocks are found under the ship drop-down menu in the shop. When placed to your ship, they create a shield that absorbs incoming damage. Whilst you have a shield protecting your ship, no damage gets through to the hull or any other blocks in your ship. Shields blocks can be placed anywhere on your ship and don't need to be connected to each other, so I will be placing them on the sides of my ship as it's getting quite cramped inside. As soon as I place the first shield disperser, I can see that the shields meter is increasing on top of the health bar at the bottom of the screen. I'll place 12 shield disperser blocks on my ship, as I think that is an appropriate number for the size of my ship, and I don't want them draining too much power. Always remember to increase the amount of shields disperser blocks and power blocks as your ship grows in size, as you'll become a larger target and need more protection. Finally, cover up the shield dispersers with hull blocks, so that they too get some protection if your shields ever fail. Should an enemy ever take down your shields, which will happen a lot when you start going after pirates, you should try and evade them immediately. Shields will only start to recharge from nothing if you avoid damage for 10 seconds, so try to get away and give them time to recharge before heading back into the fight. I'm still focusing on mining at this point of the game, so I've bought some extra salvage beams and placed them on top of my ship. I've also protected the ship core with a wall of hull blocks in front of it. The extra protection is great, but how am I supposed to see out? Cockpit blocks are bought from the shop under the ship drop-down menu, and when placed on your ship, allow you to use them as another point of view from your ship. I'm placing mine on the front of my ship so I can see where I'm going. When piloting a ship, use the arrow keys to switch your view from your ship core to your cockpit view. It can be fun placing multiple cockpits around a ship, and very useful when you want to see where the mining lasers of your larger ships are actually firing. Now that my ship is better protected from enemy fire, I feel more confident that it will be safe when mining. I'm now going to go mining and earn some extra money for the next part of this video tutorial series, which will look at arming a ship for battle. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the game.